Today, we're creating a zero-based budget for a 30-year-old energy specialist who is currently dating and lives in New Zealand, okay? This energy specialist currently brings home $3,176. This is New Zealand dollars. A month in net income. But hold up, this energy specialist currently has no money in savings and has $6,000 in credit card debt. So let's go ahead and create a zero-based budget for SnuggleFox. What's up, guys? It's Jeanetta from Cash and Curls, and I'm back with another episode of Budgeting with Cash and Curls. And today, guys, we are doing my first international budget. Like, can we just celebrate that for a moment? I have subscribers overseas that are watching my videos and that are eager to just like pay off their debt and clean up their finances. So I am super excited to be doing my first international budget for SnuggleFox. In addition to this being my first international budget, today I'm also helping a young millennial mom who is currently diagnosed with a chronic illness, okay? So today, not only are we gonna be helping someone from overseas, we're also going to be helping those out there who may be struggling to budget with their chronic illness, okay? So let's go ahead and dive into the video agenda. First and foremost, I'm going to create a budget for SnuggleFox using the numbers that she provided to me. Secondly, I'm going to add my special Cash and Curls touch to SnuggleFox budget to help it become zero based. Next, I'm going to provide some recommendations, and these recommendations are going to be specifically for those who are battling with a chronic illness. I'm going to share with you how you can still be in control with your finances and win with your money while having a chronic illness, okay? And lastly, of course, I'm going to leave you guys with some homework. Be sure to stick around and let's go ahead and jump into the video. Before we hop into the budget, the very first thing that we have to do is to download my free monthly budget template. If you have not downloaded my free monthly budget template, what are you doing? I'm gonna need for you to run to my description box and grab you a copy, okay? Guys, this is free and it's perfect for beginners out there, millennials out there who want to get started with budgeting. So let's go ahead and get into the details. SnuggleFox is a 30-year-old woman who is currently dating and she lives in New Zealand. SnuggleFox is looking to build her savings and to also get out of debt. SnuggleFox currently works as an energy specialist, and SnuggleFox get paid once a month. SnuggleFox total net income is $3,176, and this is New Zealand dollars. And if we was to convert this into US dollars, this will be about $1,912.11. So let's create a zero-based budget for SnuggleFox. So I have my two markers here. This gold color is going to represent SnuggleFox numbers, and this brown marker right here is going to represent any changes that I make to SnuggleFox budget. So let's go ahead and start off with her income. So SnuggleFox stated that she gets paid once a month, and her total net income is $3,176. And remember, this is New Zealand dollars, okay? So I'll go ahead and add her total income down here to the bottom. $3,176. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into her fixed expenses. So SnuggleFox stated that she do pay rent. Okay, and her rent is $910 a month. She also pays her electric. So let's go ahead and write electric, Wi-Fi, and her phone. Totals out to be $160. So my recommendation is to honestly break these up into 3 separate categories just so we can know how much we're paying specifically for the phone, Wi-Fi, and electricity. Yeah, these were all of her fixed expenses. So I'm gonna go ahead and add up these numbers to see what our grand total is. So we have 910 plus 160. Okay, and that totals out to be 1070. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into her variable expenses. So she stated that she does have pet care monthly, and she's spending $100 for pet care She also has groceries, and she is budgeting $300 for that. She also has beauty, $130 for beauty. And she also have medical, which is $50 a month. Okay, so let's go ahead and total up these numbers to see what our grand total is for variable expenses. So we have 1 and 3, which is 400 plus 130 plus 50. Okay, and that totals out to be $580. So I'm gonna go ahead and write that right here. Okay. At the moment, SnuggleFox stated that she is currently not saving, so I'm not going to add anything right here, but she also has debts. Okay, she stated that she has 2 credit cards. So credit card number 1, her minimum monthly payment is $125. She also has a second credit card, and the payment is $60 a month. So let's go ahead and add up these expenses. So we have 125 plus 60, and that gives us 185. Okay, so let's go ahead and add up these 3 numbers to see what our grand total is. So we got 1070 plus 580 plus 185. Okay, so right now it looks like we're spending $1835. So that means we still have more money that we need to budget for this particular month. What I'm going to do is subtract $1835 from this $3176 to see how much money we're still working with. Okay, so let's go ahead and write this down here. So our total monthly income is $3,176, and I'm going to subtract this number right here, which is how much we're currently spending, to figure out how much money we can still work with. Okay, so it looks like we have $1341 that we still need to allocate for. All right, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and switch my marker, and I'm going to add a few more categories to SnuggleFox budget. So if you have not downloaded my free monthly budget template, here's another reason why you need to download it. First and foremost, I not only include this template right here, but I also provide you guys with a checklist of things you want to include inside of your budget. So let's go ahead and add a few more categories to SnuggleFox budget. So first and foremost, I am going to give her a line item specifically for tithing and giving. Okay, so I know you guys come for me in the comments in regards to tithing and giving, but these categories, this is a category that I'm always going to include. Okay, so I'm going to allocate $317 specifically for tithing and giving. Okay, this will be 10% of her total monthly net income. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this 317 to this 1070 to see what our new grand total is for fixed expenses. So we have the 1070 plus 317. All right, so that is giving us 1387. So I'm going to add that new number down here. Okay, and then I'm going to add some other categories to her variable expenses. I'm going to then add entertainment. Okay, she did state that she was dating, so I'm going to give her $100 for entertainment. This can be used for dates or eating out. And then I'm also going to add a transportation line. Okay, and I'm going to give her $100 for that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this $200 to the 580. Okay, so if we do that, that will be 780. Okay, and I'm going to actually add a line item in her budget for savings. So she stated that she is currently not saving, but I think she has enough money to add savings to her budget. Okay, so she doesn't have an emergency fund. So I'm gonna go ahead and add that to her budget, and I want her to aim to save about $2,000 to $3,000 because of her chronic illness. This budget, we are going to send $824 to her starter emergency fund. So I'll go ahead and add that down here, 824. Okay, so let's go ahead and add up these new brown numbers to see if we have reached a zero-based budget. 1387 plus the 780. All right, so it looks like we've reached a zero-based budget. Our income minus all of our expenses equals zero. Everything has been accounted for. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and jump into the recommendations for SnuggleFox, and be sure to stick around to the end because I am gonna give some recommendations for people who are dealing with a chronic illness, how to budget with a chronic illness. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. If you are new here and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'm gonna kindly ask for you to hit that subscribe button so that you can join the Cash and Curls family, okay? Because here at Cash and Curls, we talk all things personal finance, specifically saving, budgeting, and debt elimination, okay? So if you find yourself in this area of life and you want to learn how you can live your life on a budget, this is the channel for you. So be sure to hit that subscribe button because guys, we are on the road to reaching 1,000 subscribers, okay? So huge thank you to all of those that have subscribed and that are watching my videos. I truly appreciate you, but if you have not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe today so that you won't miss my next upload. So my very first recommendation for you SnuggleFox is to pull your last month's bank statement, okay? I feel like we may be missing a few categories with inside of your budget, but if we pull our last month bank statement, we can get a clear picture of what we're truly spending our money on. So just by looking at your budget, I feel like we're missing a few categories. I would like for you to add a transportation category. So if you have a car, you want to include that. If you have a car payment, car insurance, if you do not have a car, you definitely want to include transportation, whether that be rideshare apps, or whether that be bus tickets, train rides. You want to allocate money in your budget specifically for transportation. So next, I would like for you to create a line item within your budget specifically for entertainment, okay? This category can cover pretty much anything. It could be monthly dates, it could be self-care, it could be beauty, it could be eating out, but I definitely want you to include some money inside of your budget specifically for fun, okay? And I just like to put it under the umbrella of entertainment. In addition to that, I also want you to include any subscriptions that you have. If you have any subscriptions with streaming platforms, I definitely want you to include that inside of your budget as well. Next, I would like for you to consider adding a category within your budget specifically for tithing and giving, okay? So if you're a believer, tithing means that you will send 10% of your income to your local church. If you're not a believer, I would highly recommend that you still allocate 10% to send to a local organization or charity that you truly support. If you're uncomfortable with giving 10% of your income to either a church or organization that you support, I highly recommend that you work your way up to giving 10%, okay? So start off small, give 5% of your income towards an organization of your choice or a church of your choice, just so that you can prepare for becoming a generous giver. SnuggleFox's #1 question was how to increase her savings, okay? So I believe your top priority right now, SnuggleFox, is to increase your savings. And what I would like for you to do is to save between $2,000 and $3,000 for your starter emergency fund, okay? So I upped this number quite a bit because I know that you stated in your form that you have a chronic illness and sometimes you are without work, okay? So if you're out there and you have a chronic illness or you have a child with a disability or your circumstance is a little bit different, consider upping your starter emergency fund. In addition to doing that, I also want you to place this starter emergency fund inside of a high yield savings account. So on my channel, I have a video specifically on high yield savings accounts, which I'll link up here in the cards and down in the description box so that you can get a better understanding of what high yield savings accounts are. Once you've picked that number for your starter emergency fund, I want you to save up to that number. So if you decide to do $2,000 or $2,500, save that $2,000 and then stop, and then move on to paying off your debt, okay? So the very good thing about this is that you don't have much debt, SnuggleFox, which is amazing, okay? You only have about $6,000 in credit card debt, and I truly believe that you can pay this off within the next year to year and a half. So definitely, I would highly recommend that you start off with using the debt snowball, and this is where you list out all of your debts from smallest to largest despite the interest rate. So in your case, SnuggleFox, that will be credit card number 1, then credit card number 2, okay? And I highly recommend that you download my debt-free tracker. So if you're needing some motivation, a visual tracker is the way to go, okay? A visual tracker is what helped me pay off my debt. I truly think it can bring joy and excitement to your journey of paying off your credit cards, okay? So if you're interested in getting a copy of my debt-free tracker, I do have 2 different trackers that you can choose from. I have a We're Debt-Free tracker, which is specifically for those who are married or who have families. And then I have one called I'm Debt-Free, which is for people who are single, okay? So definitely check that out, SnuggleFox. You can grab a copy by clicking the link down in my description box. Next suggestion will be for you to beef up your emergency fund, okay? With you having a chronic illness, it's very imperative that we get a fully funded emergency fund ASAP, okay? It is critical. Not only will this give you a safety net when you're out of work because of your illness, it will also help you stay away from credit cards. The goal is to definitely pay off this debt and then get that emergency fund fully funded. I would recommend 6 months, just so that you're safe and secure when you're ill. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the big recommendation. And this recommendation is specifically for those out there who are struggling with a chronic illness, okay? So first and foremost, if you're dealing with a chronic illness, I just want to say that my heart goes out to you. And I just want to commend you for taking a step towards getting your finances in order despite being off of work for a period of time and despite not feeling your best 100% of the time. So I just want to salute you for taking the first step to getting your finances in order by watching this video and requesting that I create a budget for you. I want you to know that I'll continue to keep you uplifted in prayers. Very first recommendation for anyone out there who is trying to budget with a chronic illness is that you have to start budgeting now, okay? You have to get on a detailed budget now so that you can be prepared for when life hits and when you're ill, you're possibly out of work. All right, so I definitely want you to get in a habit of budgeting. We must have a detailed budget. And in this budget, we must include things such as our rent, our mortgage, utilities, food, transportation, and any medications that we may need to take throughout the month, okay? These are our necessities. We have to make sure we have enough money set aside for those things. So next, I want you to factor in any costs that may not be covered with your medical insurance. This could be any medications you may have to take, additional doctor visits you may have to go to, specialized equipment, therapies, and so much more, okay? You want to make sure you include that inside of your budget. In addition to having those things, I also want you to do something that will give you control when you're out of work for a certain period of time, and that is having a sinking fund specifically for your medical needs. I would highly recommend that you start setting aside at least $10 to $50 a month specifically for those medical needs that you have that may arise. In addition to that, you also want to have a fully funded emergency fund. Having an emergency fund is crucial. This can also be very helpful when unexpected medical bills arise, your hours at work are reduced, or other emergencies that are related to your health arise all of a sudden, okay? So you definitely want to get that fully funded emergency fund as soon as possible. And in your case, SnuggleFox, I think you can get this ASAP. Next, I will also like to suggest that you consider short-term or long-term disability, okay? So if you do not have short-term or long-term disability insurance, this can honestly be very beneficial for you. Having short-term disability insurance or long-term disability insurance could ensure that you meet your ongoing financial needs when you're out of work because of your health or your disability. All right, so my next suggestion will be for you to utilize financial resources that may be available to you. This could be government assistance programs, nonprofit organizations, patient support groups that offer reduced or discounted therapy, equipment, or medication. And I also highly suggest that you type in your chronic illness inside of Google and add the words financial assistance at the end. Definitely don't give up. Definitely take the time to do some research when you're feeling well to find different programs that could truly assist with your chronic illness. Finally, I definitely want you to continue to prioritize your health. Keeping you healthy and keeping you safe should be your top priority. Do not skip out on any medication, any appointments or therapies just to save money, okay? Because when you do this, in the long run, it could be very damaging to your body and also to your finances. So definitely, I know this may be a hard ask, but do not skip out on your medications, your therapies, your appointments just to save some money, okay? Your health should be your top priority. Let's go ahead and jump into the homework. So my very first homework assignment for you today is to download my free monthly budget template by clicking the link down in my description box. Secondly, I would also like for you to check out my other Budget With Me videos here on my YouTube channel and find a budget that resonates with your income. Thirdly, if you would like to be featured on the next segment of Budgeting with Cash and Curls, be sure to click the link down in my description box and fill out the form. A huge thank you to SnuggleFox. Thank you, SnuggleFox, for trusting me with your budget. Thank you so much for being a supporter. I truly appreciate all my international supporters, and I'm very thankful and honored to be able to do my first international budget. If you liked today's video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do not forget to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a new video here on YouTube. So that is all that I have for you guys today. Never forget that you can win with money, and I am rooting for you. Bye.